the basketball world was buzzing. A new professional women's league, Unrivaled Basketball, was set to launch. This wasn't just any league, it promised a fast-paced, high-scoring spectacle with a 3-on-3 format. But the real draw? The league aimed to showcase the best talent in women's basketball. At the forefront were two names, Kelsey Plum, the dazzling point guard for the Las Vegas Aces, and Caitlin Clark, the Iowa Hawkeyes' sharpshooting sensation. Plum, known for her lightning-quick handles and fearless drives to the basket, had already cemented her place as a WNBA superstar. Clark, on the other hand, was a rising star, captivating fans with her incredible range and clutch performances. The prospect of these two dynamic guards facing off in the new league was enough to send excitement through the roof. Unrivaled Basketball was banking on the star power of players like Plum and Clark. They were the faces of the league, the ones who would draw in fans and sponsors alike. The league's success, it seemed, hinged on their participation. The stage was set for something special. A new era in women's basketball appeared to be on the horizon, and fans couldn't wait to witness it. Little did they know, the league's fate was about to take a dramatic turn. In a move that sent shockwaves through the basketball world, Caitlin Clark announced she would not be joining Unrivaled Basketball. Citing concerns about the league's long-term viability and her commitment to finishing her college career, Clark's decision sent a ripple effect through the league's foundation. Clark's rejection was a major blow to Unrivaled Basketball. She was the marquee name, the player they had built their marketing campaign around. Her absence left a gaping hole in the league's roster and cast a shadow of doubt over its future. Without Clark, the league's ability to attract fans, secure sponsorships, and generate buzz was suddenly in question. The news spread like wildfire across social media, with fans and analysts alike expressing their surprise and concern. Unrivaled Basketball, once brimming with promise, was now facing an uphill battle before it had even begun. The league had envisioned packed arenas, electric atmospheres, and a new generation of basketball fans captivated by the fast-paced action of 3-on-3. However, without Caitlin Clark, those visions began to fade. Clark's absence created a void that extended far beyond the court. Her marketability and immense popularity were supposed to translate into ticket sales and viewership numbers. Without her, the league faced the daunting prospect of playing to half-empty arenas and struggling to capture the attention of a wider audience. The financial implications were impossible to ignore. Fewer fans meant less revenue from ticket sales, concessions, and merchandise. It also meant less interest from potential sponsors, who were now hesitant to invest in a league that had lost its biggest star. The dream of a thriving, financially stable women's basketball league was in jeopardy, and the blame fell squarely on the absence of one player, Caitlin Clark. The situation took another dramatic turn when Kelsey Plum, the league's other cornerstone player, announced her decision to withdraw from Unrivaled Basketball. Plum, who had initially expressed excitement about the league's potential, cited Clark's absence as a primary factor in her decision.
In a statement released to the media, Plum explained that she had envisioned a league where she could compete against the very best, and Clark's presence was a significant part of that vision. Without Clark, Plum felt that the league lacked the competitive edge and star power that had initially drawn her in.
Plum's departure was a devastating blow to Unrivaled Basketball. Not only had they lost their biggest draw in Clark, but they had also lost another marquee player in Plum, who was supposed to be the face of the league alongside her. The league was now reeling from the loss of its two biggest stars, and its future looked increasingly uncertain. Section 5. Missing Stars. Dim the league's luster. The absence of Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Plum cast a long shadow over Unrivaled Basketball, but they weren't the only notable absences. Other key players, including A'ja Wilson, a dominant force in the paint, also opted out of joining the league. Wilson, like Clark, cited concerns about the league's stability and her commitment to other playing opportunities. Her decision further highlighted the challenges faced by Unrivaled Basketball in attracting and retaining top talent. The league's inability to secure commitments from marquee players like Clark, Plum, and Wilson raised serious questions about its viability. Without these star players, the league lacked the star power and name recognition necessary to draw in fans and generate excitement. The quality of play was also a concern, as the absence of elite players like Clark, Plum, and Wilson significantly lowered the overall level of competition. The league, once envisioned as a showcase of the best talent in women's basketball, was now a shell of its former self. Section 6. Fans and analysts voice their concerns. The basketball community, abuzz with anticipation just weeks earlier, was now grappling with the reality of a league in turmoil.
Fans took to social media to express their disappointment, questioning the league's planning and management. Many felt let down, having eagerly awaited the opportunity to see their favorite players compete in a new and exciting format.
Analysts, too, were quick to point out the league's missteps. They questioned the decision to rely so heavily on a handful of star players, arguing that a sustainable league needed a broader foundation of talent and organizational stability. The consensus was clear. Unrivaled basketball had failed to inspire confidence in its ability to deliver on its promises.
The league's struggles were seen as a setback for women's basketball as a whole. Fans and analysts alike worried that the failure of unrivaled basketball would deter future investment in the sport, making it even harder for female athletes to find opportunities to compete at a professional level. Section 7. Low attendance spells trouble. As the inaugural season of unrivaled basketball got underway, the impact of Caitlin Clark's rejection and the subsequent departures of other star players was impossible to ignore.
Attendance figures were alarmingly low, with arenas often half empty, a far cry from the packed houses the league had envisioned. The lack of star power had clearly taken its toll, as fans were simply not as interested in watching a league devoid of its biggest names and most exciting players.
Empty seats translated to financial losses for the league as ticket sales, a crucial revenue stream, fell far short of expectations. The low attendance figures served as a stark reminder of the importance of star power in professional sports. Without recognizable names and captivating talent, drawing fans to arenas and generating excitement for a new league proved to be an insurmountable challenge. The future of unrivaled basketball looked bleak, as the financial strain of low attendance threatened to derail the league before it could even find its footing. Section 8. Can 3x3 survive? Even if Caitlin Clark had joined unrivaled basketball, the league's 3x3 format presented inherent challenges.
While the fast-paced, high-scoring nature of 3x3 had its appeal, it remained to be seen whether it could sustain long-term interest and compete with the established 5-on-5 game. The smaller roster size and faster pace of play could lead to burnout among players, particularly in a league with a condensed schedule. Moreover, the 3x3 format lacked the strategic complexity and nuanced team play that drew many fans to traditional basketball.
While unrivaled basketball's vision had initially sparked excitement, the league's struggles highlighted the complexities of launching a successful sports league, particularly in a competitive market. The 3x3 format, while offering a fresh take on the game, remained a gamble, and the league's failure to secure its intended star power ultimately proved insurmountable.